Welcome into the Salamander Society. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I've just got back from vacation, so that was good and relaxing. So back on to here. Feel like I should get on here and do a Raw reaction after that show. It was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good overall, and I'm going to get into it here. Let's start out with the opening segment. A great segment. It was an awesome segment. One of the best first segments in the last few months of Raw, in my opinion. The general managers were chosen for each show. Mick Foley was for Raw, and Daniel Bryan was for SmackDown. Mick Foley, he doesn't look like a permanent decision to me. He doesn't look like he's going to be there for a long length of time, a big length of time. I think that he is not the first choice as well. I don't think he was the first choice. It just seemed that way in the way that Stephanie was feeding him his lines right there on the spot. It seemed like the person that they had originally set up was not able to do it or backed out at the last second or something along those lines. But it was still pretty awesome to see Mick Foley come back. He's one of my favorites. And Daniel Bryan came out from SmackDown. It was leaked beforehand, as most of you know. But still, this shows that you can have a predictable move and it still be awesome. It was a legendary pop. It was one of his best pops in his career. And it's almost up there with the WrestleMania 30 pop after he won. It was an amazing pop. You'll have to go back and rewatch it, but it was awesome. And he seems more permanent than Mick Foley. He seems like he's going to be there for longer. He's more of a long-term kind of guy. But with Mick Foley, they're probably going to set up a storyline sometime to get him out. So and later on in the show, they cut a fantastic promo. They met each other in the hallway, and Daniel Bryan wanted to talk to Mick Foley a little bit. He wanted to stay on good terms with Mick Foley, even though they were about to go into the heat of competition. You know, like friendly competition for them, even though on the other side, their commissioners they hated each other. They hate each other's guts, but he said that they wanted to be cool. They wanted to be good. He still wanted them to be friends. And then it started off like that, and then it turned out that they knew that they were still going into competition, though, and they got really kind of vicious at the end, talking about you're in my way and I'm in your way, so may the best man win. And that was a great promo that had a little bit of waves through it of funny and then good and then friendly, and then at the end it was vicious, so I liked it. 12-man tag was later on in the show. I'm just going to talk about some highlights of the show. I'm not going to talk about it all because some of it was frankly just boring, and I kind of just looked at Twitter or something like that in between it. So the 12-man tag was the next one that really caught my eye. It was a great promo by three of those teams. John Cena and Enzo and Cass cut one. And John Cena throughout this all was trying to keep it serious because he knew that they were going into a battle Sunday. But everybody else was kind of joking around. Enzo and Cass came out to join John Cena, and they went on with a bunch of one-liners. And John Cena said, "Hey, we got a fight Sunday. We got to get serious." But they kept on doing that. And then the New Day came out. Then the Club came out. And they were joking around a little bit. They were doing the hashtag beat up John Cena thing. And then the New Day came out and were joking around too. And John Cena throughout all of this is saying we got matches on Sunday. We got to get serious, and that's all right for me. John Cena's John Cena, so it's all right. And the Wyatts came out, and even though I disagree with the Wyatts being in this match, I don't think that they should be in a match like that. I think they should always be by themselves. I can overlook that. I can't wait for this New Day versus Wyatts if they do have a match on Battleground. I'm not sure if they have that scheduled or not, but I'm excited for that. It'd be great. It's going to be a great match between the two teams. I know that they'll be great in the ring, and they can have a twist in there with Xavier Woods. So that was a pretty solid one. It wasn't excellent. It wasn't great. I don't think I would watch it again. I just know what happened for the storyline progression's sake. and obviously the next one, the title match. There was awesome promos by both men beforehand. Seth had this promo earlier in the day with the empty arena, and he walked down like the Shield used to do, slowly with the slow promo, pretty long one, but it was all good stuff. And then later on, Dean was in backstage with the old Shield promo with the shaky camera, the handheld camera, and that was awesome too. Didn't get a huge pop when they came out, and I was kind of surprised by that. Didn't get a big one, even though they've been building to this all since last week. I figured that there'd be at least a normal pop, but there was a little less of a pop than normal. I don't know if that's because the crowd was getting tired or what, but that happened. They didn't get a big pop, but the match went in with a bunch of tension. You could feel the tension between the two guys and tension leading up to the draft tonight. Everybody at ringside, the two commissioners, the two general managers. It seemed like a big deal with everybody around the thing. It seemed like a pivotal thing in the company. It seemed like this match will make or break which brand these two superstars will go on, which that was great. They made it a big deal. And what a match they had. It was a great match. It started off kind of slow, but midway through they started picking it up, and this was one of their best matches together. It's close up there with Hell in a Cell, but Hell in a Cell, you can't really top that with them. That was a great match. And this tonight was a really good match. It didn't seem like Raw when they were going at it. It seemed like a pay-per-view. That's what I'm always looking for out of Raw main events and Raw matches, to see if it's gonna seem like Raw or it's gonna seem like a pay-per-view. And this one seemed like a pay-per-view. So going on, Dean. What's interesting is Dean kicks out of Seth's move. He kicks out of the pedigree, but then Seth he has to put his foot on the rope to get out of the move. He doesn't kick out, and that's what I really like about this Dean push that they're giving him. They seem to be really protecting the dirty deeds. They really seem to be protecting his finishing move, which I think is really, really awesome. It's really refreshing for three reasons. I love Dean. He's probably the top 3 favorite wrestlers right now. He's a great wrestler. I love him. And number 2, I'm old school sort of in my mindset, and I like when they protect a finisher. It's old school, especially an old school move like a DDT. I love that. And thirdly, is because my friend, he gave this to me one time. He gave me the Dirty Deans. He hooked my arms when I wasn't looking, I went along with him sort of, but he did it to me, and it hurt. I know it by experience now that it hurts, and it definitely deserves to be protected because it is very painful. They both looked really strong in this match. They both showed off their abilities very well. Although, I would have been happier with a more clear ending, with a clearer ending than what we got. Even a clear tie, it didn't really matter to me if it was still a tie or a double pin or something like that. I just wanted it to be more clear. I wanted them to come out and say that there was a clear cut tie and Dean Ambrose is still the champion. That's what I would have liked to hear from them, instead of a big long 15-minute thing and then them saying that Dean Ambrose is the champion, not even on Raw on the WWE Network. But it did its job in making me want to watch SmackDown even more, though. Now I can't wait to SmackDown. And before I get into SmackDown here, I'm going to talk a little bit about Brock Lesnar for a second. As most of you know, he was flagged for a potential violation of a drug policy for the UFC by the USDA. A lot of people just went right out and said steroids, including Mark Hunt, his opponent, went out and said he wants all the money that Brock made. And I'm just thinking, hold on. I don't think he did it. And it comes out in the news this week that it could have been an inhaler that he has been using since his birth almost. So that's probably it. They just need to calm down and wait on the facts instead of jumping ahead with it. So I'm hoping it's that inhaler. It's not anything big. It's just that inhaler, and I'm hoping it stays that way. Now to SmackDown. I'm not going to give you any predictions right now. If you want to, you can check out my WWE draft video that I have on my channel. You can check that out if you want. But I'm going to get my full reaction for it tomorrow, Wednesday. As I film this on I record this on Tuesday. I'm going to come back up here tomorrow on Wednesday and give my full review and reactions to tonight's WWE draft. And I'm going to give my full predictions for Battleground on Saturday, or possibly even as late as Sunday afternoon. So if you're a follower, be watching for that. That's all I got for you right now. I'll see you later.